Okay, for 1 hour,
So,
you may continue, please. So we'll start with the presentations in this hall. So Natalia, has you joined? So we'll come to the straight to the first presentation of this session, uh, which is by Miss Mathavatni Murali, and she's from Malaysia. Miss Mathivatni, have you joined?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So she'll be speaking on basically this session will be on basic fundamental and preclinical research, the theme of this session, and her topic is on survey on way of life amongst residents of Selangor in Malaysia during COVID-19 lockdown. So her abstract ID is 45. Dr. Mathivatni, you may start now.
So good day, everyone. Today, I'm going to share my research. It's a group research. So I'm the leader. I'm going to present about a survey on way of living amongst residents of Selangor in Malaysia during COVID-19 lockdown. So for the introduction, the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown enforced has made a massive impact on residents of Selangor's lifestyle. This research was done to compare the lifestyle of residents of Selangor before and after the commencement of lockdown. For if like you ask why we select a state of Selangor, because it's a big city with a lot of social activities, and during COVID lockdown, this city was affected mostly. So the main objective of this study was the research was done to compare the lifestyle of residents of Selangor before and after the commencement of lockdown. So basically, the main objective is to understand what is the effect of a lockdown. The method was, this study was done using cross-sectional study with 384 respondents. The study was based on an online survey conducted using a structured questionnaire, which is from Google's form. We used three languages, which is English, Malay, and Chinese. And for the results, we obtained that the respondents gain weight by higher after COVID lockdown. And for the meal consuming, also the frequency during COVID lockdown was increased. For the habits of ordering foods, especially online, was also increased. And most people having troubles in sleeping due to prolonged stay. And frequency of exercise slightly reduced during COVID because there's no social activities allowed. So physical activities, all the exercises are limited. So there is a decline. So for the conclusion, the data collected in the study suggested that during the lockdown period, a substantial part of the population had unhealthy dietary behavior, which could pose in a long term the risk of several diseases. So yeah, this is our poster presentation. It's a small presentation. We cannot include all our details. That's all from me.
it's a kind of constatation. Conclusion. What's the problematic? That people are deteriorating their health, staying at home. Are you having ideas to use some homeopathy to help this, to help?
Yeah, so if like how we relate this to homeopathy, we can say that in homeopathy we use the concept of mental symptoms. So this pandemic affect the mental symptoms, especially like patients like get stress, so they get more serious like stay in a home, they cannot sleep, like insomnia, it's all increased. So this can be related to this kind of like lifestyle and homeopathy related. We can relate to.
Are you homeopath?
Yes, just
Yes.
graduate.
Just graduated. So you have a big field to work.
Yes.
to help people with sleeplessness, with stress. I will have a presentation about growing in a pandemic world, about the
Okay.
children's health.
Okay.
And I believe this is the very important issue to join forces and to do prophylactics, because children are extremely much in stress, and this stress will be seen after 20, 30, 40 years in increased mental health problems in
Yeah.
humanity. Okay, thank you. Maybe the other have
Okay.
also questions.
So we can move to the next presentation, ma'am. Meanwhile, Dr. Natalia from Colombia has joined us, and she'll be chairing this session also. And she'll be
Okay,
also helping us in translating the posters in Spanish and Portuguese.
great.
Welcome, Dr. Natalia.
Hi everyone, good morning from Latam because here is morning. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Murali. Next, we will call Dr. Kanchan Ravindran, and she's from Malaysia again, from University of Cyberjaya.
Hello,
Has she
doctor.
joined?
Yes, doctor.
Hello, Dr. Kanchana.
Hello, doctor.
So she'll be presenting her poster on the topic, a survey on importance of maternal mental health during pregnancy and its possible effect on child in Selangor, Malaysia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kanchana. Today, I'll be talking about our survey on importance of maternal mental health during pregnancy and its possible effect on child in Selangor, Malaysia. So for the introduction, as we all know, maternal mental health refers to the health of women during pregnancy, childbirth, postnatal period, and postnatal period. Each stage should be a positive experience, ensuring women and their babies reach their full potential for health and well-being. A mentally healthy childhood can be a precursor to a healthy and productive adulthood. Development of a child can be affected by various reasons, which include the relationship among the parents and child. So there is also consistent evidence that depressed mothers can be less responsive than mentally healthy mothers to their infants' effort to engage with them. So this can, however, affect the emotional and physical attachment of an infant to their mothers. So our aim in this survey is to analyze the effects of maternal mental health on pregnancy and its possible effect on the child. So the method that we use for this survey is in a form of questionnaire, which consists 3 parts. First part was maternal demographic data, where it consists of age, ethnicity, education level of the mother, and the number of children of the mother. Second part was maternal mental health, which consists of maternal mental health during a pregnancy, a stress condition, a financial status, and any difficulty which the mother undergo mentally. Third part was possible effect on child, which consists of child or the children early development progress, current behavior at home and school, and any medical condition that the child suffered. For this survey, we took 385 respondents where we distributed the questionnaire through online platforms such as WhatsApp, Google Form, Facebook, and also Twitter. We took 2 weeks for the receival of the response, and after that we collected the data and also analysis was done. So what we have obtained from this survey, a great number of respondents were from 18 to 27 years old individuals who were residing in Cyberjaya. 50.4% of respondents have only one child, and the respondents are primarily from Malay ethnicity with 36%. Most of the respondents have completed their tertiary education with 52.7%, and occupational background shows that 41% of them were employed. 34.4% of mothers gets full care support during pregnancy, and financial status seems to be stable up to 40%. The relationship with husband and family were generally good. The children did not face much difficulties, and the milestones were all in normal range. The child performed well in school as stated by the most of the respondents. So the conclusion that we obtained from this survey is most of the mothers were well aware that the maternal mental health can affect the child's development during pregnancy. Most of the mothers were able to tackle the stress and depressions that arises during their pregnancy. The development of the child during different stage of age was consistent and proper, and they are in a healthy state. So therefore, we conclude that it's a possible positive effect on child's development when there is a maternal mental health is stable and stress-free. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kanchana. Now, Dr. Dora, if you want to ask any questions.
Yes, this is a questionnaire. You just want to see the attitude of the mothers, but you have not applied any homeopathic remedies. No? No. So are you also a homeopathic student or practitioner already?
Yes, I just graduated.
You just graduated. Great. There is a lot of research on children development and the prenatal health. And if you would like, I can also share with you some of our work on that. Because right now in the pandemic situation, we need a lot of help to pregnant women to reduce their stress and help them to deliver healthy babies. So I wish you a really good success in homeopathy with this. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Dora. Natalia, Dr. Natalia, do you want to ask any questions? Do you have any questions for Dr. Kanchana?
No, right now, no, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kanchana. So we'll move to the next presentation. So there is Professor Antonio Carlos Gonçalves da Cruz from Brazil, who joined in the last session, but because of the language issues, we have called him again. We have called her again in this session. So I would request Dr. Antonio to share his screen now.
And I will speak in Portuguese to give
Yes,
instructions to him right now, okay?
Please.
Antônio, bom dia. Tudo bem com você? Eu falo Natália. Eu sou da Colômbia, mas eu vou falar português para você, para que você possa nos acompanhar. Então, eu pensei que você estava com a Mônica, mas entendi que a Mônica está outro rol agora mesmo. Então, eu vou acompanhar você e só nós precisamos que você... Oi. Ah, mas Mônica está aí com você. Oi. Tudo bem?
Bom dia. Mônica
Bom
vai
dia.
falar com você, Natália. Prazer.
Um prazer para mim também.
Natália, eu
Nós
estou em outra
pedimos
sala.
desculpas com vocês porque ontem nós não conseguimos coordenar o processo. Foi pequeno erro das horas, mas não estamos aqui. Então, doutor Antônio, você poderia compartilhar sua tela para nós olhar seu pôster?
Natália, a Mônica está, nesse momento, noutra sala,
Sim.
apresentando lá. Nós podemos ficar por último? Você pode me passar por último?
Tá bom. Ankit, is that Monica who is helping right now to Dr. Antonio? She's in Hall-1 doing a presentation of other poster. They could be in the last time of this session in order that Monica could be in the Hall-1, finish that poster, and then come back to Hall-3?
Okay, she's currently presenting in Hall 3, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So when she comes back, then they'll be presenting their. Okay.
Ok.
You want that?
Antônio, então você pode esperar com a doutora Mônica, nós vamos continuar com outros palestrantes e depois, para o final, vocês apresentariam seu pôster, tá bom?
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
Não,
Natália,
fique tranquilo.
Natália,
Thank you.
Sim?
na outra sala eu tenho auxiliar para apresentar meu trabalho? É o próximo que
Sim, Adriana fala espanhol e ela pode ajudar para você.
Muito obrigada.
Ok,
Muchas
tá bom.
gracias.
Okay, Ankit, we
So
can.
thank
we
you.
can follow.
Thank you. So
can
we'll
continue.
call
Thank you.
next Isabel Jimenez Dominiquez from Spain. She was also present in the last session, but because of the language issues, we couldn't evaluate her poster. Isabel, are you there?
Actually, Melissa Martin was presenting instead of Isabel.
Okay. Okay. So
Maybe
Melissa,
she will present
Melissa?
again.
Hola.
Yes.
Yes, you can present again. So we have somebody to translate your poster now. So you can present again. Yeah, you can start.
¿Español?
Yes,
Sí,
yes,
sí.
Spanish.
De acuerdo. Pues comienzo. No sé si han puesto el póster.
No, tú puedes compartir tu pantalla.
Es
o
que
quieres
yo no lo tengo aquí. Porque no me...
Ankit, could you help us with the poster of her because she is not able to share the screen right now?
I'll have to get that poster. So you can present next. I'll call the next participant now. You can present next. Meanwhile, I'll arrange for your poster, right?
Okay. Melissa, vamos a buscar tu póster para presentarlo y mientras tanto vamos a llamar a otro speaker. Danos 7 minutos, ¿ok?
Vale, de acuerdo.
Gracias. Okay, thank
So
you,
I'll-
Ankit.
Thank you. So I'll call next Karthini Olaganathan from Malaysia. Dr. Karthini is presenting on the topic, a survey of public awareness and perception about obesity in children in Selangor.
Right, so are you able to view my screen?
Yes, we are able to view.
Okay, so today I'm
You
going
can
to
magnify the poster.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, so today my topic for today is survey on the public awareness and perception on obesity in children in Selangor. So in Malaysia, obesity has reached the epidemic level in both developed and developing countries. So Malaysia is now one of the third highest percentage of obese in children. People are not aware about it because they think like obese in children is something very common in our country. But when we tried to rule up this research, we were like, okay, like third, which is quite severe. So we decided to do the research about this topic. So rapid and marked socioeconomic and advancement over the past 2 decades has brought about significant changes in lifestyle of communities. With the latest data, it shows that 1.6 million Malaysian children that are schooling have high chances of becoming overweight. So our main objective, which is one, to study the public awareness and perception of obesity in children among Malaysia. So we want to know what are the, our society thought about, or what are their perception about, obesity in children, to understand the role of physical activity and diet in childhood obesity, and to recognize the health risk being overweight at an early age. So basically the method that we used is cross-sectional study, and we distribute the survey through questionnaire, Google form, because since the pandemic, we couldn't, go face-to-face or any sort of method. And the population size, we selected 250 roughly with confidence of 95%, and the error estimated is 5%. So as you can see, the results is 91.3, which the total number of 240 people society knows about, aware about the obesity in childhood, and only 8.7, which is total number of 23, are not aware about childhood obesity. So we use the cross-tabulation analysis, which we only picked 11, was made in order to analyze the relationship between multiple relationships in a data. So why do we pick cross-tabulation? Because we are asking more on perception. So there's no biases involved. It's just the opinion about like what other people would thought of. So as the question is based on open-ended, as I said, it is easy to identify the patterns, trends, and probabilities within the data set. So in conclusion, we managed to identify the awareness and perception of public in Selangor area on the selected issue, and cross-tabulation data analysis shows that female have more awareness compared to male. And this studies is expected to give more clear insight about this problem and the steps to increase the public awareness that can be developed. And not only that, we also yes, we also found out some approach towards obesity through homeopathy. So the homeopathy approach towards obesity should be scientific and feasible. In our Metro Medica, many remedies are given which act wonderfully in cases of obesity and overweight, but it needs an understanding of the sphere of action of these remedies. So we have figured out a few remedies for obesity in children, which is antimonium crude, which is children, young person with tendency to grow fat, coated with moist white tongue, and needing this remedy may be a great deal for the eructation of the taste and everything. Phytolacca berry, where the patient have difficulty in walking, sitting, palpitation, dyspnea on least exertion and more, and also obesity due to thyroid dysfunction. And then we have thyroidinum, which is excessive obesity that acts better by pale patient than those with high color. Antimonium muriaticum for body that is fat and legs that are thin with large buttocks full of rib but cannot weep. And asculatin, it is a great fat reducers that may be alternate with phytolin, and both remedy is used in mother tincture. So in conclusion, homeopathic medicine can help to lose weight by improving digestion, metabolism, and elimination. And in addition, certain specific homeopathic medicine for weight loss helps to burn calories faster than normal. So in conclusion, that homeopathy is an effective method to cure obesity that provided as they follow the auxiliary line or the general management, such as diet and regimen. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Karthini. Dr. Dora, any questions?
Well, question is the same. To see, not question, just wish to see the practical results.
Yeah.
From your work to work with children and to see how it really helps and to produce more research. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Karthini. So we'll move to the next presentation. Meanwhile, we are getting the poster from Isabel, but I'll call next Dr. Sudhir Batra. He's a senior chief medical officer in Government of Delhi, NCT of Delhi, and he'll be presenting on the topic homeopathy, the vitality of immunology. Dr. Sudhir Batra.
Thank you. Thank you,
Please.
Dr. Ankit. Thank you. I'll start my. Good day, everyone. The topic of my today's talk is the vitality of immunology, and I call it homeopathy in the sense because there are many ways of doing a research. We can do a clinical research, we can do a fundamental research. I've done some clinical research, maybe on tuberculosis, and many have done. But the lacuna lying in our, I should say, the system is key. We can't prove how it is working and how we are getting the result. The pharmacology, the working model of the homeopathic medicines. So my talk today is on this only. The aim of my study of this paper is to make a sort of a roadmap or a blueprint for making a fundamental research roadmap, so that we can prove without any doubt that how our system is working, how our medicines are working, and how we are getting the result. It's very true that we have many published papers on clinical research, on any infectious diseases, on maybe lifestyle disorders, and we do get the result after giving the medicine. But the bridging the gap, the lacuna or the bottleneck lies where we can't prove how our medicine is working while going inside the body. So I'll start with the aim and the method. I studied a few papers which were done on this fundamental research to prove that how the system of homeopathy works. And to start with, I would say that Edward Jenner, who introduced uh, vaccination, and Dr. Samuel Hahnemann the Great, who introduced homeopathy. Incidentally, both were in the same year, 1796. Both the Edward Jenner and the Dr. Samuel Hahnemann work was published for the world in the year 1796. It's a great coincidence, and both were doing the same, and both sort of faced a very stiff resistance from the society because it was a new concept, and both were working on law of similia sort of. In vaccination, we use the same source, but uh, in homeopathy, we use the similar source, not the same source. And many people have tried to take this question of how the homeopathy works. The first tool I would refer to as Benvestein affair. He did an experiment on degranulation of IgE using homeopathy. And then there were many other people who were doing this. Uh, Homeopathic system works basically on secondary curative action of the homeopathic medicine. And to prove this, we have used the term hormesis. It is based on Arndt-Schu's law, which says that for any substance, a small dose stimulates, a moderate dose inhibits, and a large dose kills. The same medicine in the same environment, if given in a small dose, it stimulates, in moderate dose, it inhibits, and in large dose, it kills. So we are using the secondary curative action of the homeopathic medicine in general. But to prove that, we have to go deep inside the working model for our system. And many studies have been done. One study I'll refer is by Dr. Khuda Baksh et al., which says that ultra high dilutions have an epigenetic and epigenetic effect. I've given the references of all these in the later part of my poster. Another work with Dr. Yanis says that by giving ultra high dilutions, we have a tangible biological changes in vivo. And when another very interesting work is from Dr. Marcus Teixeira from Brazil in a very recent paper in Homeopathy 2021, it says that the length of the telomere in the cellular level is sort of a hypothetical biomarker of our organic vital force. The more the length telomere, the more is the vital force to regain our health. And some people, even Dr. Rajendra, have called homeopathy as personalized nanomedicine. With the nanomedicine coming into picture, I'm bound to refer to a paper by Dr. Jayesh Bellari and Dr. Prashant, which was very well taken by our system, which says that any medicine, any homeopathic medicine has a nano structure inbuilt in it. By doing trituration and succussion, we are not only diluting it, we are also sort of making a nanoparticle of that source substance, which is there beyond Avogadro's number. Say beyond 13C, 30C, 200C, 1M, we do have that nanostructure of the source medicine. And they have used electron microscopy, bright field, dark field, and diffraction to prove this. But there is a long way to go. There are many counterclaims to this also. Dr. Upadhyay's paper and Dr. Farhadi's paper, which says that the source which they used, Dr. Prashant and et al., they were sourced from the market. So they may have an artifact or they may have a impurity in it. So it was sort of not taken care of that. They have procured a pure substance. So the bottom line today, the bottom line is that we have to move ahead, maybe step by step. I've made a conclusion, some conclusion how we can prove that our system is working. Maybe we, after giving medicine, we study the biomarkers or the gene functionality or the gene expression. Maybe the antibody, antigen presenting cell functions, maybe MHC expression. to identify and measure and reproduce the result which we are getting through our system of medicine. We have proven our clinical facts maybe many a times and published in many peer-reviewed journal of repute, but till date we have this lacuna of proving how our system exactly is working at a biochemistry level. So these are the references, and in the end I like to say that we have to bridge the gap between our system and the modern system of medicine to prove that we are working in tandem. We are not against each other, but we have to we have to strengthen each other's strengths. Thank you. That's from my side.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhir. Dr. Dora, your comments, please.
Yes.
Any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Batra. You are completely right that the research has to be done. By the way, there is already a lot of research. Maybe the previous phase is to help homeopathic practitioners to become aware of all the research which is done already on epigenetic and all other stuff. And then with this collective knowledge, we will go further. So thank you, and looking forward to see the research work. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your comment.
Just to mention, Dr. Sudhir Batra's abstract ID was 362. If you need it for evaluation. And thank you, Dr. Sudhir.
Thank you.
The presentation.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, I would like to welcome Dr. Monica Kolsch, who has joined from Germany. She is one of the board members of LMHI. We welcome you, ma'am, Dr. Monica.
I welcome you too. I'm not sure because I can't see myself. Is this? No.
Yes.
Yes, here we are. Okay.
Hello.
Nice to meet everybody. Thank you very much that you're coming, and I'm a little bit late, but my patients decided to come more, and I'm a little bit late. I'm sorry, but I welcome everybody and thank you for joining.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have in this session we already had 4 posters completed.
Great.
Next poster will be from Dr. Isabel from Spain. So Melissa is presenting that poster. Am I pronouncing the right name?
Hola.
Yes. So Dr. Melissa will be presenting, but I'll be sharing my screen because she has sent the poster to me on her behalf.
Ankit. Melissa, Ankit va a compartir la pantalla para mostrar tu póster y entonces así tú podrás hacer tu presentación.
Vale.
Tal vez lo que podemos hacer es que haces la introducción y haces una pausa para que yo pueda hacer un resumen de la introducción, luego los objetivos y de esa manera los otros jurados y jefes de la mesa puedan entender en inglés. ¿Sí?
Vale, pues tú me dices cuando quieres que pare.
Okay.
¿Vale?
Natalia, one thing, you will have to evaluate this poster on our behalf, on the behalf of the chairs. Or you can summarize them at the end of the poster.
Yes,
yes.
We were speaking with Melissa about that, and what we will do is that she will be explaining and she will do a pause, and then I will do the summary with the translation in English, and then she will continue and we will move forward with that.
That's fine. Her abstract ID is 154.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Melissa, puedes empezar.
Hola, mi nombre es Melissa, soy miembro de una de las asociaciones de pacientes de la homeopatía que existen en España. En concreto, soy socia y formo parte de la Junta Directiva de ATAEX, la Asociación de Amigos de la Homeopatía y Terapias Alternativas de Extremadura. Un poco para contextualizar, para quienes no conozcan, en España tenemos desde diciembre de 2018 una plataforma estatal de asociaciones de pacientes de la homeopatía, la cual aglutina a 8 asociaciones que forman parte de ella o que colaboran con la plataforma. Y estas asociaciones de usuarios de la homeopatía se encuentran repartidas por todo el territorio español, en diferentes comunidades autónomas. ¿Hasta ahí?
So Melissa is part of the Friends of Homeopathy of Spain. They are organized in 8 different groups in the country, and they have a virtual platform that is working since December of 2018, and they are, because the political situation of homeopathy and all the other complementary integrative medicines in Spain, they have been working together, the different users of homeopathy, and so she will be presenting this poster from the work that part of the team has been doing. Okay.
Un poco la finalidad de la plataforma es la de sumar esfuerzos en la consecución de los objetivos de todas las asociaciones de usuarios y pacientes de la homeopatía, que son, entre otros, apoyar, informar y difundir los beneficios del uso de la homeopatía entre toda la población. En este contexto, se decidió realizar una encuesta de percepción social a los miembros de las distintas asociaciones de pacientes pertenecientes a la plataforma o colaboradores con ella, de forma esta encuesta libre, voluntaria y anónima. El objetivo de esta encuesta es reunir la realidad social y la de percepción de la homeopatía por parte de los usuarios, dando una imagen ajustada a la realidad sobre la composición y motivaciones del grupo, que ayude un poco a clarificar los distintos prejuicios con los que habitualmente nos suelen calificar por quienes no comparten nuestra postura, bien por desconocimiento, por otros intereses. Y uno de los motivos para realizar esta encuesta fundamentalmente ha sido la campaña de desprestigio y descrédito continuado que viene sufriendo la homeopatía, tanto por parte de los gobiernos como por parte de diferentes medios de comunicación social. Y por ello es un instrumento más a través del que la plataforma de usuarios de la homeopatía puede ofrecer argumentos válidos ante las críticas y descalificativos que nos dan. ¿Hasta ahí? ¿Sigo?
No, wait, please. So one of the goals that the virtual platform has is offer information to the patients and to the users of homeopathy and the friends of homeopathy, and also put together the different efforts of different stakeholders that are involved in the homeopathy. And so that's why they made a decision about done a survey about who are the users of the platform, and what are the ideas that motivate them to use the platform, and also to be involved in the homeopathy and to be patient of homeopathy. And they wanted to know about the social, cultural, and economical issues of this population. And all the idea was try to cover this information in order to give a response for the campaign of discredit that the homeopathy have been in the last almost 5 years, 6 years. I don't know. I'm not sure about how many years, but in some ways they are trying to see who are the people that are involved, like friends and patients of homeopathy and the users of the platform. Okay.
Un poco ahora pasaré a resumir los resultados de la misma. Se ha comprobado que entre los encuestados existe una representación de todos los niveles sociales, con una mayor participación de respuestas de personas de género femenino, siendo el 74,4%. El 62,1% de los encuestados tienen estudios superiores, el 19,4% tienen formación profesional, el 9,6% tiene estudios secundarios y el grupo menos numeroso sería el que tiene estudios primarios con un 8,4%. Con una representación en cuanto a actividad laboral de todo tipo, el 65,5% serían personas con trabajo activo, bien de manera autónoma o por cuenta ajena, un 22% son pensionistas y un 8% serían estudiantes, así como un 4,5% que se encuentran en situación de desempleo. El 58,7%, es decir, la mayoría de los encuestados vienen utilizando la homeopatía desde hace más de 10 años y un porcentaje considerable, en concreto el 26,9%, lo viene utilizando toda su vida. En total serían el 85,6% los que utilizan desde hace más de 10 años o desde toda su vida la homeopatía y la utilizan habitualmente tanto en enfermedades agudas, crónicas, urgencias, indisposiciones o de forma preventiva. Normalmente utilizan la homeopatía bajo prescripción médica, el 92,6%, y la mayoría la utilizan no como método exclusivo, sino combinado bien con otras terapias no convencionales, el 36,1%, o con terapia convencional, el 33,6%, siendo el porcentaje de usuarios que la utilizan de manera exclusiva el 16,8%. Los encuestados consideran la homeopatía como una medicina muy segura, no hay ninguna respuesta que puntúe algún grado de inseguridad, con un grado de eficacia alto, el 96,2% lo valora como eficaz o muy eficaz habitualmente, un 82% considera que debería estar integrada dentro del sistema público de salud. Y en cuanto a la actual campaña de desprestigio social mantenida de forma permanente sobre la homeopatía, el 39,9% se ha sentido despreciado por los que no la utilizan, el 34,7% tiene temor a decir públicamente que utiliza la homeopatía por posible rechazo social, el 33,5% tiene miedo a ser ridiculizado por profesionales sanitarios no afines a la misma y un 10% incluso se ha llegado a preguntar las dudas sobre la eficacia de la homeopatía. Una amplia mayoría culpabiliza a los intereses de la industria farmacéutica, al desinterés gubernamental y a la presión del movimiento escéptico de la situación actual de desprestigio y rechazo a la homeopatía. Como parte de solución, los encuestados ven la necesidad de una mayor educación, formación, como manera de poder ayudar a desarrollar socialmente la homeopatía, no conociendo los encuestados en su gran mayoría el uso de la homeopatía en la sanidad animal ni en la agrohomeopatía. La homeopatía es científica para el 97% de los encuestados y la mayoría, un 65,1% de las personas encuestadas conoció y decidió realizar un tratamiento homeopático por medio de consejo familiar o de personas conocidas. Un 31,7% lo decidió por iniciativa propia tras conocimiento del método, un 14,2% le dieron los consejos otros profesionales sanitarios y solo un 0,6% lo vio por internet o por redes sociales y decidió utilizarla. Un poco como conclusión podemos afirmar con estos datos que se contradice la imagen que desde posturas interesadas se quiere trasladar a la sociedad. La persona que utiliza homeopatía no es engañada a utilizar la misma, está segura de lo que hace, no es analfabeta, está formada adecuadamente, lleva mucho tiempo confiando en la homeopatía porque le ha servido desde hace años y le sirve para cuidar de manera segura y eficaz su salud. Y no son personas fanáticas de tono sectario, pues complementan y ven la necesidad de recurrir a otras medicinas complementarias sin descartar ninguna. Son personas con capacidad para decidir y están en la lucha por exigir sus derechos en salud y ayudar a que esta medicina, por el beneficio social que reporta, sea conocida y no marginada como se la pretende. Un poco también indicar que la encuesta sigue abierta y se trata de una encuesta piloto que servirá para planificar distintas medidas a llevar a cabo con la finalidad de cumplir los objetivos de apoyar, informar y difundir los beneficios del uso de la homeopatía entre la población. Y también conseguir unir a todos los usuarios de la homeopatía, que en definitiva es uno de los grandes objetivos que tenemos las asociaciones de pacientes. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Melita. So I will try to do a summary of the statistics results of the survey. First of all, that this is a pilot survey right now. They are in the process to register more information and more data from more people. But one of the conclusions that they have, and Kit, you could, I'm so sorry, but I don't memorize the person. Sorry. But the idea is that the 98% of the people who replied once were the survey, they use regularly the homeopathy for treatment of acute and chronic disease, as well as emergencies, health situations, but they use that like in a complementary way. And they use also homeopathy like a way to prevent disease. The most of the patients receive that with a medical prescription, and they consider that the homeopathy has the efficacy and the efficiency and the security like treatment. Also, the most a high amount of the people who answered the survey have a really good high level education. A high level education. They are professionals. They are people who work. They are not fanatics. They are people who have the education level to make a decision based in in research, in information, are not because of feeling. And also they say that the general population has 60% of no knowledge of what is homeopathy, and the 82% consider that the homeopathy, as well as other complementary medicine, has to be part of the public health systems and service of Spain, because right now for them is a span of that by their own. And most of the people that were surveyed told that they feel that discredit campaign like a kind of aggression for them, because it's a right for them have the access to different health treatments. The conclusions are that people who use homeopathy like a health treatment is people who has the education, and they are professionals. They are not oh my god, I don't know that word, analphabetas. I'm sorry, I don't know that word in English, but that they know that the homeopathy have the evidence, the research, and they feel that it's a treatment that have the security, and that the efficiency, and that gave to them the confidence to receive that treatment. And that they say that it's important to spread the scientific evidence, to promote the use of the scientific evidence, and to update the regulations and in a level of the country, but also in Europe and in the world, about that the homeopathy could be part in the health systems and service. That will be the summary. She already present other percentage and other data, but I try to do a summary of the results. And this is the first outcomes that they have, but the survey is going on. So next time she will present, or the team could present us more data. Thank you.
Dr. Mona, do you
No.
have any questions to ask, please?
Thank you for the for the poster. I think it's not. It would be better. The poster should be in English. Would be better, but we have it now, and there was a very good job of translation. Thank you for that. What I didn't get in the beginning, which kind of population are you asking in Argentina or in Spain, or where did you ask the people?
They are from Spain. They are from the Society of Friends of Homeopathy in Spain, that they have 8 different groups in the different states and province of Spain.
Ah, understand. It's Spain. Okay. Because I was wondering of the, because even in Spain, there is a great movement against, a strong movement against the homeopathy. And
exactly.
It's surprising that so many well-educated people are following the homeopathy. The same I'm feeling in Germany, but nobody is nobody wants to say it, because they say you're not scientific if it's kind of it's really a kind of war here in Germany from those people who are believing in homeopathy and the others who are not believing. And those who are believing are, I see the same in Germany, but I didn't do a scientific work, that those people are mostly working people, good educated, and what you also find. And I was very surprised that Spain is the same, because I had so many bad news from Spain concerning homeopathy.
Yes, because I have been involved in the conversation of Spain a couple of years ago. Because I chaired with this team in 2 years Congress, 2019, and they shared in that Congress the experience that, like, they have this campaign against homeopathy. That's why the patients of homeopathy made a decision about organize themselves in different groups in different states and provinces, and have been doing a really good job in each one of the states. They do parades, they go on the streets, and they have campaigns like get out of the closet and say that you are a proud patient of homeopathy. And they have been doing also a campaign with the newspaper. So each article that is against homeopathy, they publish with the team of scientific and medical doctors and homeopathic doctors. They publish another article with proving the effect and the efficacy and the efficiency of homeopathy. And they develop this platform where they are posting almost every week or every month information, data, scientific information, as well as information for patients. So outside, I think that we see more the campaign against, but they are doing by themselves a really good job trying to defend, trying to say, no, sorry, but it's a good way. So yes, maybe next time.
Natalia, we can move to the next presentation, poster presentation, because the time is really short for us. And I would request Natalia also to evaluate this poster on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, because she understands this language better, right? So it would be wise to ask you evaluate this poster also. So just to remind the abstract ID is 154.
Pardon me? I didn't get it.
The abstract ID for Isabel or Melissa is 154.
154.
So you can yes. So we'll move to the next. Thank you, Isabel or Melissa, for the presentation. We'll move to the next poster presentation, and That is by Dr. Shipra Singh from India. And it's a survey-based study, a cross-sectional study. Dr. Shipra Singh, are you there? So she is an assistant professor from Baxter's Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, and she'll be speaking on the topic, a study to assess the level of patient satisfaction in homeopathy by using 12-item Japanese short form satisfaction questionnaire, a cross-sectional study, survey-based study. Dr. Shipra, you can start with your presentation now.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Greetings to everyone. Today I'm sharing my poster presentation. Like, okay. My poster presentation with the title "A Study to Assess the Satisfaction in Homeopathy by using 12-item Japanese short form satisfaction questionnaire, a cross-sectional study." As we know, patients' rating of the care they receive while taking treatment from any kind of conventional mode is the level of satisfaction of the patient from the treatment or the services provided. And with this purpose, a survey was conducted at Bexon's Homeopathic Medical Hospital and College for discovering the degree of patient satisfaction in medical practice, as nowadays patients are becoming more and more cautious about their health and medical services they are receiving and prefer to assess the evaluate the same. Patient satisfaction scale is a scale for estimation by the patient dealing with any suffering and receiving any kind of health services. Medical services provider of different systems dealing with the highest valuable area, that is human health, are who are committed to provide quality services. This was the pilot project which was conducted with an intention to understand the patient satisfaction related to health care services provided by homeopathic doctor and hospital setup of Bexon's Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, as well as for strengthening the surveillance and system of healthcare setting. We have the goal for this study as to evaluate and patient satisfaction in healthcare system by using this satisfaction questionnaire, from which the individual score could be calculated and the services provided and the level of satisfaction could be increased with time. And to understand the level of satisfaction, that's it. What was the method for this study? Basically, we were doing a cross-sectional prospective analytical study, and the patient were told to fill a questionnaire, this one questionnaire, to understand the level of satisfaction related to patients' care by homeopathic doctor of homeopathic hospitals. Here in pie chart, we are describing the level of satisfaction patient, how many percentage of people were strongly agree. Strongly agree patients were 17% around, but strongly agree patients were 61 patients. So out of total 81 patients, we have 75 patients who were highly and significantly satisfied from the services provided in homeopathic OPD, that is 92.6% of cases. So this study was reasonably supportive to conduct a further longitudinal survey at the same setting with a greater sample size. In last some decades, the concept of patient experience has gained importance as health care providers to provide better care or treatments. As we all know, this is an important point to be discussed, what level of care and health services they are getting, and they are homeopathic hospitals and clinicals providing to a particular patient. Because at this point, we need to know why the patients are not referring to the homeopathic as well as other conventional treatments. That's why we are having this study in our a small scale on 81 patients, and that was the result and conclusion. That's it now. Thank you so much, everyone. I welcome to all the questions.
Dr.
Thank
Monica.
you. Thank you for your presentation. Very well done. I just wanted to know something about the Japanese questionnaire, because
Okay, ma'am.
probably most of the people are not sure how those questions, I think they are built up in groups, the questions, isn't it? So perhaps you could
Actually,
short make plastic
ma'am.
for the short
Ma'am,
groups.
yes, ma'am. Basically, in this questionnaire, we have group of 12 questions. In every question, we have 5 options from strongly agree, agree, uncertain, disagree, and strongly disagree. Strongly agree carries 0 point, then 1, 2, 3, and 4. This was the marking. And individual score would be calculated according to the satisfaction level, and lower the scale, higher the level of satisfaction will be considered as our result or the level of satisfaction. Up to 50%, we assume that patient satisfaction is up to the mark that patient is satisfied from the services provided at the premises. So 92.6% patient gave us the result up to 50%. Higher 50% were considered as uncertain or disagree. 7.4% patients were disagree or uncertain about the services provided at hospital premises.
Okay, thank you.
That's it, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
you,
you so
Dr.
much,
Shipra.
ma'am. Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you.
we'll move to the next presentation, which is by Dr. Kruti Saraswat. Dr. Kriti?
Anki, could you tell me the ID?
Yes, yes. The ID for Dr. Shipra was 234.
240.
234. 234. 234.
Okay.
So Natalia, do we have the support for Professor Antonio now?
Yes,
Will you be
Dr.
able?
Antonio is with us.
Okay. You wanted somebody to assist him in the presentation.
Okay. Okay.
Are they here?
Yes, they are here. Dr. Antonio and Monica, sejam bem-vindos. Vocês têm o pôster ali para compartilhar a tela?
Vamos providenciar. Muito obrigado.
Tá.
Doutora Natália,
Sim.
eu sou cego.
Sim.
Eu preciso da Mônica para ler para mim, e ela é coautora. O que eu proponho é que ela leia e interrompa a leitura para a senhora fazer a tradução para a mesa. A senhora aceita?
Sim, sim. Eu posso fazer.
Muito obrigado. Vamos começar, então.
Então. Okay. So Dr. Antonio is blind, so Dr. Monica, who is a co-author of this research, will be helping him with the presentation. And they will present in Portuguese because they don't have they will present in Portuguese, and I will be do the translation. Okay, vocês pueden comenzar.
Gracias.
Título: Praxis autônoma do acordo com Cinnamomum zeylanicum. Interface entre homeopatia e promoção da saúde pelo manejo terapêutico do discurso como princípio ativo medicamentoso revelado por autoexperimentação.
So this is a research about the Cinnamomum ceylanicum. Is an interface between homeopathy and health promotion for the therapeutic, for the treatment, and like part of the let me see. I am thinking in 3 languages right now, sorry. Like therapeutic method and like trying to see what is the active principle of the drug from the point of view of homeopathy in an in a experimentation by himself.
Introdução. O acordo une, totalizando somatórios.
Mônica, você pode continuar.
Pode continuar.
O acordo une, totalizando somatórios. A promoção de saúde o associa ao poder do discurso racional de contrariar-se para superar constrangimento e ser a única força tolerável pela relação.
Então, the introduction of then is try to summarize of the symptoms. They explain that the health promotion has an association with the rational speech of move forward with obstacles in life, like a tolerable strength for the relation. Okay.
Ele eleva sujeitos autônomos a autores das medidas das quais eles próprios se destinam. Para a similitude, o acordo é neutralidade própria, a modalizar-se experimental e dinamicamente em propriedades.
So they present there the health promotion is associated with the principle of homeopathy of the men trying to reach up the maximum and the destiny, the destiny, the fate. And they said that for the principle of similitude, they have a neutral agreement and they explain the experimental properties and the dynamization properties of the experiment, and that the reality reflects this disposition of making an agreement with the different resonance, doing a configuration of the essential of the drug.
Esse discurso inspira favorecimento recíproco e união a somatórios. De start, o acordo reconhece propriedades por memória de própria experiência, com totalização essencial.
Então, o speech that they have inspired that to the summatory of the word, and they explain that there is like a recognition of the properties of memory of their own experience with the totalization of the the symptoms, I guess. And they say that the homeopathy add a genius of a momentaneous discordia about like a rules of aurea, something like that. It's a deeply profound in philosophy, so there are a couple of words that I lost, sorry.
Consoantemente, regramento áureo, a homeopatia agrega gênio à discórdia momentânea. Ela se orienta pelo poder do todo de homogeneizar e desimpedir a união dada.
Mônica, eu acho que pelo tempo vocês podem ir para a metodologia e os resultados.
Metodologia: redução da relação médico-paciente a uma roda conversiva em situação de gestante, necessidade de elevação de membro inferior esquerdo associada a trombose venosa, hematúria com infecção e urolitíase não descoberta previamente. De alheia, passou a investigar qual medicação fora lhe injetada em nádega. Dizia-se pobre. Deitava-se com a cabeça coberta pelo travesseiro nos pés da cama, preservando-se de expor-se.
So they explain the goal is show the homeopathic skills of give to the patient a genius medicamentoso and a group of different feelings and symptoms, and the methodology that they used was the reduction of the relation between the physician and the patient in seeing that a patient, a woman that was pregnant that needs treatment because she has a thrombosis and she has an hematuria with infection and urolithiasis. So that was not a diagnosis, that has not a diagnosis before. So with the homeopathic treatment, they try to see what are the different symptoms that the patient shows, and one of them is that the patient starts to put the head with the pillow in the bottom of the bed, trying to don't be exposed, trying to hide it.
So Natalia, you may summarize you may conclude because the time is already over now.
Okay, so então, the outcomes is that they say that the essential of a genius medicamentosus of cinnamon ceylanicum are with the memory of the experimentation, but the self-experimentation. In this case, the patient has a speech that was near of the symptoms of the pathogenesis of cinnamon, and the conclusion is that that they see that the treatment and what they realized there was that certain feelings and symptoms appears of in the patient with the memories of the self-experience, and that has an interest in the practice, in the medical practice to catch all the symptoms that the patient can have in a situation that are related with one homeopathic drug. Thank you. Muito obrigada, Antônio. Muito obrigada, Mônica.
Dr. Natalia and Dr. Mona, if you have something to ask, Dr. Mona specifically, but I would request Dr. Natalia also to evaluate this poster.
Thank you very much for your very interesting poster. I have just a question, because usually cinnamon is used for bleeding symptoms, but only slightly for psychological problems. And I'm really interested in more work in what you feel, what you say, what you see in your patients. So in former times. So thank you very much.
Eu vou traduzir para vocês o que a doutora Mona falou. Então, ela falou que é muito interessante porque o cinnamon é um medicamento que tem mais uso nas patologias, as enfermidades onde os pacientes têm hemorragias. Então, que é muito interessante os outros sintomas que vocês mostram ali. Muito obrigada por isso e nós esperamos mais resultados dessas pesquisas.
Thank you. Doutora Natália, a senhora foi fabulosa.
Não, me desculpa, eu procurei fazer o melhor, mas algumas palavras foram algo complexas para mim, mas eu procurei.
A senhora foi maravilhosa. Graças.
Thank you, Professor Antonio, for the presentation. Thanks very much for joining. We loved your spirit to present the poster, despite of you having so much such a disability, and sorry for letting you wait for so long.
Thank you.
We will call next Dr. Kruti Saraswat, and she is an assistant professor from Baxen Homeopathic Medical College, and she will be presenting on a survey-based study. The topic is evaluating aptitude of undergraduate medical students towards research in an Ayush Homeopathic Medical College, a prospective observational survey study. Dr. Kruti, you may start the presentation.
I think the poster is visible to everyone, and am I audible to all?
Thank you, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so a very good evening to all of you. I'm Dr. Kruti Saraswat. I'm an assistant professor in Baxen's Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh, India. My abstract ID is 236, and the title of my poster is Evaluating Aptitude of Undergraduate Medical Students Towards Research in an Ayush Homeopathic Medical College, a Prospective Observational Survey Study. So basically, this was an initiative from Research and Development Cell of our institute for motivating UG level students, undergraduate students, to participate in STSH. This is a scholarship scheme for undergraduate medical students by CCRH under Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. So we all know the importance of research in medical science. While pursuing graduation in a medical college, students have a lot of burden, like burden of examination, clinical duties, visits, assignments, etc., etc. In such circumstances, what happens is a very few of these undergraduate students are able to think about research. And also there is a common notion that you enter in a medical college just to become a doctor. And this is so intensely feeded in these young minds that they believe that they are here only to become a doctor and not a researcher. However, it is a proof fact that building skills in scientific reasoning and critical thinking among medical students is an important part of this profession. Aptitude for medical research will have more impact if it is developed at earlier stage in their professional life. Here, I also want to quote two small examples that history reveals importance of research in medical science, especially among undergraduate students. We all know about Islet of Langerhans. So Paul Langerhans was a 22-year-old young undergraduate medical student who discovered islet of Langerhans in 1869. Also, we all know about insulin. So insulin was discovered again by a young scholar, undergraduate medical scholar. His name was Dr. Charles H. Best, and along with his mentor, Dr. Banting. We all know that Dr. Banting also received Nobel Prize for the discovery of insulin in 1923, which he later on declared publicly that he will be sharing 50% of the prize money with his student. So we all know that there are many more instances of medical students excelling in research. They contribute in a major way if they are oriented well. So keeping this in mind, I hope that the aim of our study is now clear to the panel. Now moving on to the objectives. What we did was we sensitized and motivated undergraduate medical students. The literature pertaining to the motivation and orientation program belongs abstracts from various peer-reviewed journals plus various peer-reviewed journals plus PowerPoint presentations. The PowerPoint presentations were based on different abstracts, what is importance of research at their level, at UG level, what is the benefit of research at their level, what is the benefits to guide, what is CCRH, all these things. And secondly, we designed questionnaire for all the years, like from second to fourth PHMS, we designed questionnaires depending upon their intellect. And we asked the students to attempt those questionnaires. Now moving on to the methodology part, as you can see that students of second, third and fourth BHMS of our hospital, college and hospital were asked to appear for a research-based aptitude test. This was conducted between March to July 2021. For second BHMS students, our focus was to participate in experimental and survey study. For third BHMS students, experimental and observational studies were focused, and for final BHMS students, all type of studies, basic studies like experimental, survey, observational, clinical trials and reviews were chosen. Pre-test scores were recorded and students were then sensitized and oriented, and then post-test scores were recorded, and accordingly the analysis was done. Now about the result part, the results were very promising, as you can see in the presentation also. In second BHMS students, 92% students showed post-score improvement, and there was 8% deterioration in scores. In third BHMS students, 85% of students showed improvement in post scores, and in final BHMS, 94% students showed post-score improvement. So this is evident that there is not lack of zeal, but there is lack of orientation and motivation among these young researchers. I want to also share with you all about the positive outcome which we received. We received a very good quality of research proposals from these young undergraduate medical students, which they have ultimately submitted to CCRH for consideration under STS scholarship program. So I want to tell all of you that medical research at UG level can help the students hone their skills and thereby inculcate the habit of inquiry, irrespective of whatever field they are going to choose after their undergraduation, be they are going to do their private practice, or they are going to help in a community, they are going to do community practice, or they are going to become researchers. As you all might be knowing that in India, we are already having a specific compulsory subject named research methodology and biostatistics as a part of MD curriculum. But there is no such subject at UG level yet. So we can think in that level also. With this, I end up my presentation. I want to thank all my co-authors and the working team under this project, especially Dr. Katika Chattopadhyay ma'am. She is the head of research and development cell of our institute. Dr. C.P. Sharma sir for his constant motivation and suggestions. He is our principal, and my colleagues, Dr. Pratibha Pathak ma'am and Dr. Shipra Singh ma'am. Along with this, I also want to acknowledge Dr. S.P.S. Pakshi sir. He is the CMT of Vaccines Group, for providing a conductive environment to conduct quality researches under his institute. I also want to thank CCR for motivation and research programs. And I want to thank LMHI for share our views and studies with you all. Thank you a lot for your patient listening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Kriti. Now, Dr. Mona, do you have any questions to ask?
Yes, I think you start a great program in India for the research to bring young students to research. Do you have do you feel the effects practically too, or is it just yes, do you feel it practically?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. Yes, ma'am, as I have already told that yes, we are seeing the positive effects of this practically also. Like this was initiated to motivate them to participate in researches, and they are now participating in researches and they are submitting good quality proposals to us.
And I have another question: how much work is it to bring the students to make research? Because I think it depends on the professors who are leading them.
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. All the students who have shown good results and who have shown interest towards research, they have been allotted guides also. Like professors and associate professors, assistant professors from our college, they have been allotted guides, and guides are continuously helping them to move ahead with their research proposal in different fields, whatever field they have chosen. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Kriti.
Thank you so much.
So we'll move to the next sub-theme of posters.
Could you please
which is
tell me the idea?
Yes, ma'am. Are you able to hear me?
Ma'am, it was 236.
236.
236. The abstract
Yeah.
ID is 236. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So we'll move to the next sub-theme of the posters, which is experiences in veterinary medicine and agriculture. So in that category, I would invite Professor Graciela Angela Baresto to present his poster.
Estoy acá está. ¿Qué tal?
Hello, doctor. So Natalia, I would
Natalia,
need your help for translation now.
Bien.
Hola,
Primero,
Graciela, ¿cómo estás?
bien, encantada de
Graciela,
verte.
como vamos a tener que hacer traducción, vamos a necesitar que el tiempo lo podamos hacer más rápido, porque vamos a tomar un tiempo mientras hago la traducción y que no nos vaya a quedar el final del póster sin presentar. Gracias.
Perfecto, quédate tranquila. Bueno, mi tema es acerca de las enfermedades de semejantes. Y esto se debe porque realmente he encontrado que algunos colegas en veterinaria están mal usando la homeopatía. Traducilo, Natalia, traducilo. Traducilo, Natalia.
Yes, I'm doing. Thank you. So, and what the purpose of Dr. Graciela in speak about the similar disease are because she has found that some homeopathic doctors are not using well the homeopathy.
En el parágrafo 41 del organón habla de las enfermedades de semejantes, Hahnemann, pero lo que dice es acerca del miasma crónico del paciente que se suma la enfermedad medicamentosa, haciendo una enfermedad compleja. ¿Qué pasa cuando nosotros mal usamos la homeopatía? Nati.
Okay, so she present the paragraph 14 and 41 of the organon, and that speaks about this disease and what happened if we use in a wrong way the homeopathy.
Voy a contar la historia de Camelot, un caballo, un equino, un zaino. Este animal tiene 2 años. se fracturó la pelvis, se fracturó especialmente la pelvis. ¿Qué ocurrió? Lo medicaron con un pluralismo, y en ese pluralismo, en el mismo frasco, tenía árnica a la 30, 10 glóbulos, tenía sinfitum a la 30 centesimal, 10 glóbulos, tenía calcárea fosfórica a la 30 centesimal, 10 glóbulos, y heparsulfur, 10 a la 30 centesimal, 10 glóbulos. A los 45 días, cuando yo lo recibo, no se había curado la fractura y era un montón de síntomas que se produjeron por efecto primario del medicamento. Natalia.
So the clinical record of this patient is a horse that has a pelvic had a pelvic fracture, and he received a pluri medication with homeopathy in the same bottle, has calcarea and other and was a mix. So 45 days after the accident, she received the patient, the horse, and the horse have not healed the lesion, and have new symptoms because the mix of homeopathic medicines.
El animal se presentaba ante mí, digamos, ¿no? Con miedo a ser tocado, se estremecía. La fractura no estaba. Y le tomé aversión a ser tocado, y le tomé el deseo de compañía porque quería estar con los demás animales, y le tomé un síntoma porque a mí me llamaba la atención que a pesar de que le dieron calcárea fosfórica y sinfitum, la fractura no había mejorado, en una fractura de 2 centímetros, muy grande, muy grande. Entonces le tomé lesiones que curan lentamente. Natalia.
So what she found was that this horse was with a fear of being touched and with desire for company, and although he received before synphytum and calcarea, the pelvic fracture of 2 centimeters of length was not healing. So she took the symptom injuries that heal slow, as well as fear of being touched and desire for company.
Le prescribo silicia 3LM, 2 glóbulos en 100 centímetros cúbicos de agua, revolver y dar una cucharita 2 veces al día. A los 15, 10 días, el animal empieza a apoyar la pata, porque no la podía apoyar. Empieza a apoyar la pata. Se queda más tiempo levantado. Natalia.
Yes, silicia 30 CH?
No, 3LM. 3LM.
Okay, so she gave to the horse a silicia in LM, and she 15 days after the beginning of the treatment, the horse was able to he begins to support the palm.
Y ahí aparece, después de esto, aparece los síntomas que yo necesitaba. Vuelve al animal estar en forma primaria, digamos, perdón, como era él. Había una necesidad de contacto muy grande, lo cual yo le tomé, por supuesto, el deseo de magnetismo. La dulzura y el deseo de consuelo y el deseo de magnetismo me llevó a fósforo, el cual prescribí también de la misma manera 3LM, 2 globulitos en 100 de agua y una cucharita 2 veces por día.
So after the treatment with Silesia, that the horse start to show who really was the real symptoms, no the symptom that was because the other medicines. So the horse was with wish for comfort, the need for contact, the desire for abandonment, the magnetism. So she decided about phosphorus and began a treatment with phosphorus.
Tengo también, por supuesto, el animal mejoró. Tengo otra historia de una gata llamada Chinita. Se cayó del 7º piso y se fracturó. Y además tenía una dislocación del hombro. El síntoma que tomé para darle licopodium es temor a que ocurra algo y el miedo al ruido, porque el animal estaba internado y estaba en estado de alerta. Cuando le di el licopodium, y esto es lo más importante, en el momento que la dueña le da el licopodium, 200, y fueron 2 glóbulos en 100 de agua y una cucharita, y se lo dio cuando el animal estaba internado, cuando había otro colega que era alópata. El brazo que estaba así, hizo así. Enseguida, a los segundos, la dislocación lo acomodó y quedó perfecto. Natalia.
So to finish, this horse walked well, and the other history, clinic history, just a summary. If is a cat that has have a shoulder dislocation, and she took 2 symptoms: the fear of something happening and her symptom, and she gave to the cat licopodium 200. And after give this medicine, the shoulder come back to the right place. So I think that this is the report case in some way. Thank you. Gracias, Graciela.
¿Digo lo último o querés que termine acá?
Estamos ya sobre el tiempo. Creo que Ankit va a dar las palabras. Ankit.
Dale.
Thank you, Dr. Graciela. So before Dr. Mona will ask the questions, I would welcome Dr. Gustavo Cataldi, the president LMHI. He has joined us for this session, and he'll be chairing this session also for the next few presentations. Dr. Gustavo.
Thanks, Ankit. Thanks, Ankit. I apologize because I'm late. I'm seeing here to Professor Antonio Carlos. My greeting for him. I know him very well, and he's an experienced speaker. Gracias a todos y espero poder ser útil en esta mesa. Mis saludos, Antonio Carlos, que te veo ahí. Y gracias, Graciela, por esta buena y linda presentación. La conozco a Graciela. I know Graciela very well, and I know that she is a very, very good professional. Thanks, Ankit. Please go ahead.
Dr. Mona, will you ask?
Yes,
would you like to ask any questions, please?
Yes, please. Thank you, Graciela. Was very interesting. I wonder how how the application is of the remedies. You are talking about LM potents, and are you just put it in the water, what they drink, or how do you give them?
Yeah, she explained that. It's just that I didn't do the specific translation because the summary, but she explained that she took 2 pills and dilute in water and get the water to the horse, as well as in the case of the cat. But Graciela, ¿fue una sola dosis por día o fueron varias dosis por día?
2.
Okay, two per day.
2, okay. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Dr. Graciela.
Gracias.
I have a recommendation. Graciela, estos reportes de casos son muy importantes, entonces la sugerencia sería que uses las plantillas de Case Report para una próxima oportunidad, para la forma en que presentas tanto el póster como el abstract, porque eso nos permite hacer publicaciones y en homeopatía necesitamos mucho que pasemos de compartir las experiencias en un formato a usar los formatos que usan también las revistas. De esta manera vamos a contribuir a tener más publicaciones. Entonces, esto que nos contaste perfectamente lo puedes organizar en un case report. De hecho, los links están en la página web del coloquio, están todas las instrucciones para que puedas convertir eso en un formato que te lo puedan recibir en una revista como case report, que sería mi recomendación.
Gracias, te lo agradezco. Gracias.
So, thank you, Dr. Gracelia. Now I will call Dr. Malleen Kaur. She's a postgraduate scholar from Baxen's Homeopathic Medical College, Noida, India. Dr. Malleen.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Dr. Mona, she'll be speaking on the topic homeopathic management in a case of pyometra in a bitch, a case report. It is related to veterinary medicine. So Dr. Gustavo will also be chairing this session from now onwards. So Dr. Gustavo, you can evaluate the posters and you may ask the questions after the completion of the presentation.
Okay.
Shall I start?
Yes, Dr. Malleen.
Hello, everyone. Today I would be presenting a case of pyometra in a bitch. So pyometra is basically, it's a most common condition which is seen in intact bitches, which nearly affects 1/4 of all the female dogs, which about before they reach the age of 10. Pyometra basically means accumulation of pus within the uterine lumen. Sorry. It is defined as the accumulation of pus within the uterine lumen, which typically occurs during or immediately following a period of progesterone dominance. Prolonged or repeated stimulation of endometrium by progesterone produces CEH, that is cystic endometrial hyperplasia. If bacterial infections occurs at that time, it leads to development of pyometra. Now, pyometra can be classified as open cervix and closed cervix pyometra. Closed cervix pyometra, the pus starts accumulating within the uterus itself, so it becomes a life-threatening condition. So herein the diagnosis is very important at an early level, which could otherwise lead to life-threatening complications like toxemia and septicemia. Whereas in a open cervix pyometra, there is a pus discharge and that can be seen in the bitch. So despite the modern treatment, the mortality rate of pyometra is still 3 to 4%, and it has deadly consequences if it's left untreated. And the only conventional treatment, ovariohysterectomy, is the safest and the most effective method. Now herein, I encountered a bitch, an 8-year-old intact Labrador, which presented with vaginal discharge, which was profuse, purulent, and green in color, along with vomiting, loss of appetite, weakness, lethargy, and increased intake of water and increased frequency of micturition from past 15 days, as told by the pet's owner. She had already come diagnosed from 2 conventional consultants that she was suffering from pyometra. Also, the owner presented with a ultrasound scan showing the size of uterus, which is about 20 mm in diameter and filled with anechoic fluid, along with the splenic SOL, which was about 2.6 ml in volume. Here are the reports attached in the poster itself, which shows that the uterus is the size of 20 mm. Wherein if you talk about a normal female dog or a female or a bitch, the size of the uterus is about 10 to 11 millimeters. Now, based on the above symptoms, Heparsaf 200 was prescribed. 4 granules diluted with 2 ml of water was prescribed orally once a day along with gunpowder 3x, which was 2 pills thrice a day for 10 days. So after after the first prescription itself, the patient came back and the bitch showed improvement in the discharge. It was better. So again, the medicine was repeated. So after a month of treatment, the bitch was doing better. The discharge had gone down. The bitch was healthy. She was much more active. But the discharge was not completely gone. So Heparsil 1M was prescribed again. But even Heparsil 1M was given in 4 granules, 2 ml of water for 1 day. 1 dose was given along with gunpowder 3x for 10 days, but the discharge didn't subside. So again, when the patient came for the visit, the discharge was still there. There was certain amount of nasal discharge which presented with a formation of white crust over her nose, and she had a difficulty in breathing, which could be seen because it felt as if the nose was stuffed. So Silesia 200 was prescribed for another 10 days along with Saclac was given. And after this prescription, the bitch was much better. The discharge had gone down. It was minimal. So again, Saclac was prescribed. And after 2 months of treatment, the ultrasound scan was repeated, the reports of which are shown here. And the uterus, the fluid in the uterus had resolved, the pyometra had resolved, along with the splenic laceration, SOL, which the bitch came with. So I would like to conclude here that within 2 months of treatment, if homeopathy can show such results, so there should be more in researches done, taking such things into notion, wherein we can prescribe homeopathic medicines and help the dogs, wherein we cannot know the symptoms. As resultant conclusion says that the post-surgical complications generally seen after a conventional treatment are way too much, and it can even cause a lot death in certain cases. But here in this case, there were no post-surgical complications. The bitch was safe and sound. And this case report shows that the scope of homeopathic medicine is effective in treating the pathological cases needing surgical intervention. Role of homeopathy should be established in treating veterinary cases in clinical practice, and further research studies in this field should be conducted. And herein I would really like to mention that the conventional consultant was always in a loop, as I told earlier, that pyometra is a life-threatening condition. Herein in this case was particularly an open cervix pyometra, so the discharge could be seen, but still the allopathic practitioner was kept in the loop so as to avoid any kind of complications. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malleen. Dr. Mona and Dr. Gustavo, any questions from your sides?
Congratulations, Dr. Malleen. Very interesting the case.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't know the use of gunpowder in infectious disease. Could you tell us more about the use of gunpowder in infectious disease like this?
So basically the indications of gunpowder are not much. There's not much indications given in the literature of gunpowder, but gunpowder is again very effective in suppurative processes, whereas there is infection. So it helps in suppuration. And here, as in there was pus formation, therefore, hence I prescribed gunpowder so that it could help the pus resolution of pus and promote healing.
Can you tell us about the application form of gunpowder?
Ma'am, it was given in 3x, the bitch was able to chew.
Okay.
You prescribe gunpowder in the combination with Heparsulfur always,
yes,
or this is the formula that you have?
No, sir. I just prescribed Heparsil 1 dose, and rest of the doses were gunpowder 3x. That is 2 pills 3 times a day.
Okay, as a general application. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Very interesting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manleen, for this presentation. So I'll call Dr. Ramon Lopez. And is he with us? Dr. Ramon from Cuba. Dr. Ramon Lopez. I think he has not joined the meeting. So we'll move to the next poster presentation. Yes,
Ankit,
yes.
I know that in Cuba has problems with the shown by our platform, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe this is the reason because the Ramon Lopez is not here.
Okay, sir. So will he be presenting his poster on the main days in the e-poster gallery? So we can evaluate, we can get it evaluated there only itself. So we can ask him to present his poster in the poster section on the main days. Right? So we'll move to the next presentation. That is by Dr. Manasa. And she's from India. Dr. Manasa.
Yes. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Dr. Manasa. Her abstract ID is 158. And the topic of presentation is Homeopathy in Agriculture, a scoping review on basic and applied research. Basically, the paper is related to, the poster is related to agro-homeopathy. Dr. Manasa, you can start now.
Can I? Okay, thank you, sir. And today my presentation is on, am I audible? Okay, I believe I am audible.
You are audible, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. And today my presentation is a scoping review on the basic and applied research involving homeopathy and agriculture. Homeopathic system, we all know it acts on based on the association of morphological, physiological, and psychological characteristics. And the biotech of humans differ from plants and crops, and yet we have found a lot of studies which has explained the effectiveness of homeopathy to have action on agricultural crops and plants based on the law of similars. And so I decided to check on what are the basic research and field trials that have been conducted over the years, and this review is based on that. And we took after we had certain eligibility criteria for field trials, and after that we picked 32 articles, and among that various basic and experimental research results were studied to understand the concept of homeopathic medicines, how it benefits the plants and agricultural crops, especially based on the law of similars. And we came across various evidence-based studies by Dr. Gracia, who worked on systematic agro-homeopathy, and it is an unmissable work to understand the methodology. And then Dr. Indrani Chandra's work on various agro-homeopathic procedures in which where homeopathic medicines were given against various stress conditions, which is a great field trial study. And in that study, we came across phosphorus 6CH increased the rate of seed germination, altered protein, sugar chlorophyll content in Brassica plant, and also it increased the arnica increased the seed germination in radish seeds and other things. And regarding plant diseases, root knot disease in cucumber and lady's finger was treated well with Sina 200, and also in fungal diseases and abiotic stress salt stress was responded well to Natramute. And then when we came across to understand the method of action, we found that homeopathic medicines, when selected based on the symptom similarity, it triggers the natural endogenous defenses, which makes the plant to grow disease-free and much more better. And other effects of homeopathy in agriculture was it induces the metabolic changes and helps in seed germination. Also, initially, various studies over the years, since the last century, studies have been done where homeopathy is found to have effective action against in seed germination and development. But recent studies have also shown that it controls the biotic and abiotic stresses, and it mitigates the negative effects caused by the indiscriminate use of chemicals. And so I would like to conclude that homeopathic medicines with a proper drug selection, potency, and drug water dilution, which plays a major role in strengthening the vitality and energy of plants, even under conditions of abiotic stress, and it promotes a dynamic balance between the plant and the water, soil, and environment. And with the notion that concept of agrohomeopathy does undoubtedly explains the great potential of our system, thrashing all the placebo effect arguments. And this needs to be explored more in detail because we cannot understand the exact method of action and the law of similars, where since the plant we see the plants and crops completely as an objective thing, and how the law of similars works, which connects the homeopathy to the plants and agricultural crops. And so various advanced scientific field trials and peer-reviewed studies will help us to understand better behind the methodology behind the interaction of agrohomeopathy. That's it from my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Manasa. Dr. Monica, please.
Thank you, Dr. Manasa. It's interesting. Do you are you using crop what is pre-damaged, or do you just using crop what is high quality?
High quality, like we involve both, where in pre-damaged crops it shows more effect than in high quality crops. And also the basic thing is like it improves the various deficits that we see in crops and plants, which gets like magically improved after application of homeopathic medicines in certain dilution and potency.
So you do see differences between damaged crop and healthy crop, a high quality crop?
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
see difference?
We have seen differences.
So do you know the work of Professor Baumgartner in Germany and in Switzerland, where he's using the basic research for, and he's working with crop and stuff like this, and he was thinking that, or showing that homeopathy has very good effects in pre-damaged crops and not in high quality crops. So it's a kind of difference. You see, okay. You find it other way around?
No, we find a similar thing. Like pre-damaged crops show better effects than high quality crops. That's what I said.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Gustavo, any questions
Oh,
from your side?
very interesting work, because it proves the action of our remedies in the field of agriculture. So how do you choose? How do you choose the remedy? For instance, phosphorus for germination, or arnica, or another. How do you know that this remedy is going for germination or something like that?
That is a very interesting thing, sir, because in seed germination itself, certain crops respond to only certain remedies, and not every remedy works for seed germination. It does not work in every crop or plant we apply. That's where the law of similars come in, and but it is like still a trial and error strategy, but that's what I'm mentioning, that various field trials should, and advanced scientific studies should come to understand the methodology behind the actual work, where we use the law of similars to use certain medicines for a certain type of crops. It is not like clearly explained, but it is a trial and error strategy till now. It needs more work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you could you consider, for instance, to use some substance, vegetal substance, for instance, for affinity with the ecologic media or something like that? I don't know if you understand my question.
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
You may ask again, sir.
Excuse me?
I said you may ask again, sir.
Yeah, if you consider to use some vegetal substance, for instance, I don't know, some agaricus, for instance, or something like that, that could be applied for being near some kind of culture or something like that?
I believe so, sir, but we need to explore more on that, I guess. I cannot give you a concrete answer on that.
It is a kind of research that I give you work.
Okay, so we, any other questions?
No, for me it's okay.
So we are having a panel discussion on agro-homeopathy, and that will be on 12th of December 2021. So I will ask Dr. Manasa to join that also. There we'll be having doctors from Switzerland, Dr. Niurka Meneses, she'll be joining from Switzerland, Dr. Gustavo Martello from Argentina, and Dr. Camilla Scher from Tanzania. So that will be a great discussion, and
Sure,
I'll
sir. I look
recommend
forward
you
to
to
it.
join that. Yeah. So
Thank
thank
you
you,
so
Dr.
much.
Manasa, for the presentation.
Thank you for listening.
So for this particular thing, we have reached the end, but there is a special request that Dr. Francis Aziz, he has Francisco Aziz. He is
Hola,
requested
hola.
to hola. So he is we have basically transferred his poster from another session to this session because we had translational facilities in this session, and he'll be presenting on a topic. If I could translate that in English, then it is a universal medical system for the improvement of health of the populations.
Okay.
So I'll hand over to Natalia. She'll be moderating this particular poster presentation and helping Dr. Francisco to translate this thing.
Francisco, hola. Entonces puedes
Hola.
compartir tu pantalla,
Sí.
vas haciendo la presentación y yo voy vas haciendo pausa y yo voy haciendo la traducción a inglés, ¿ok?
Vale.
Gracias.
Voy a ponerlo en pequeño.
O no, lo vas bajando,
Vale.
también está bien.
Vale, perfecto. ¿Se escucha bien?
Sí, perfecto.
¿Se oye bien?
Sí, sí.
Vale. Pues bueno, muchísimas gracias. El objetivo de insistir un poco en esta presentación que hemos hecho un grupo de compañeros de Speak Slowly, un grupo de compañeros de la Asociación de Médicos Homeópatas de Andalucía y Extremadura, y es por la situación especial de nuestro país. Es fundamental ahora destacar la medicina homeopática social. En nuestro país, la Organización Médica Colegial actualmente pues, considera la medicina homeopática pues, como pseudoterapia o pseudociencia. Y nuestro objetivo es que vuelva al reconocimiento que ha tenido siempre por la propia Organización Médica Colegial y por las universidades. La homeopatía es ciencia, es arte y es un método terapéutico que cumple todos los criterios que exige la metodología científica. Por eso se basa fundamentalmente en la experimentación pura, es la medicina experimental. Esto tenemos que transmitirlo y defenderlo, porque hemos creado tesis doctorales. Yo en concreto hice una de la medicina, tratamiento médico homeopático de la amigdalitis aguda, y otros compañeros han hecho otras tesis. Hemos dado clase en los colegios de médicos, de hecho yo soy actualmente director de cultura en el colegio de médicos, y hemos hecho muchas actividades formativas. Es necesario clarificar el papel de la medicina a nivel social. Para ello hemos hecho una gran revisión bibliográfica, que luego os la pondré muy brevemente, y tenemos que recordar que Hahnemann fue el que principalmente hizo el estudio de las epidemias y en su órgano el genio epidémico lo conseguimos para poder ayudar en todas las epidemias y en la actual pandemia y para hacer una homeoprofilaxis. Es fundamental que recordemos que la crítica que a veces se hace de que la homeopatía actúa por efecto placebo, nada más lejos de la realidad. El medicamento homeopático, aún en alta dosis, tiene una acción biológica y estimula al organismo a que vuelva al equilibrio perdido. Es un estímulo a la fuerza curativa de la naturaleza. Y eso lo hemos visto a lo largo de la exposición de los póster por los compañeros veterinarios, por la salud, la sanidad animal y sobre todo por la agrohomeopatía. La tierra, el animal, no responde a un placebo. Por otro lado, hemos constatado la importancia de la homeopatía en las infecciones, sobre todo en las infecciones víricas. Y cómo al tratar...
Doctor, permítale la traducción a Natalia.
Vale.
Gracias. So what Francisco has presented us is a word that starts with a reflection on with the purpose of resuming the position and status of homeopathy, and because all the campaign against the homeopathy that has been presented in the last years. So they have developed a bibliographical review to show which is the status, which are the... Francisco, ¿puedes subir un poco después, por favor? No, a donde tenías el objetivo y la metodología. Gracias. So what they want to do is a bibliographical review to see where are the outcomes that supports the idea of that the homeopathy could contribute to a social medicine, and how all this information also can let the homeopathy returns to the good status and to the recognition of the medical collegium, medical school, as well as other governmental office has done in other countries and in Spain before this time. ¿Puedes continuar?
Sí. ¿Por qué hemos hecho este póster? Porque es fundamental que la población a nivel mundial incluso tenga en cuenta que son los usuarios los que más van a defender ahora la medicina homeopática. Son los pacientes, con su reconocimiento y con su demostración de que la homeopatía les ha curado. Tenemos el reto, como decía Hahnemann, de tratar la enfermedad crónica. Eso es lo que verdaderamente puede mejorar, hacer una regulación epigenética. Tenemos que saber que también la homeopatía recupera el aspecto deportivo y la lesión. Y a nivel de veterinaria, ¿cómo puede comprobar que una potencia alta, una calcárea 200, una calcárea a la 1000, resuelve un problema lesional en un animal y lo resuelve también en las personas humanas? Beneficios que hemos comprobado y que aporta la medicina homeopática, fundamentalmente, disminuir el coste sanitario. Tenemos trabajos que demuestran cómo aquí en Andalucía podríamos reducir el gasto sanitario con el tratamiento médico homeopático. Evitaríamos la iatrogenia medicamentosa que tanto coste trae a los países y a las comunidades. Y algo fundamental, decía Hahnemann, observar cómo se conduce con los enfermos pobres. Esto es lo que nos hizo realizar una homeopatía solidaria, que ya nuestro querido doctor Renzo Galassi pues fue el que creó un grupo Working of Solidarity dentro de la Liga Médica Homeopática Internacional. Hemos visto también la importancia de la homeopatía en...
Doctor, recuerde dar paso a la traducción,
Perdón,
si no se
perdón.
pierde la traductora.
Perdón.
Igual estoy tomando notas. So the idea of this research is that the patients will be who will defend the homeopathy. So that's why for them it's so important to show the benefits, the efficacy and the effectiveness of the treatment, the homeopathic treatment, and also prove how the homeopathic medicines can improve different health situations. So what they have been doing with this bibliographical review is find the evidence. And for example, the outcomes that they have is that the homeopathic treatments can reduce the healthcare cost, cost of different treatments, and because the homeopathy is a low cost for the health systems and service, and also the homeopathy could decrease the iatrogenesis, and like a reflections of Hahnemann about that if the medicine is working for people who have not all the financial facilities. So that's one reflection that they have to do this poster research. The other benefits that he is showing is that the homeopathy promotes the well-being in a physical, mental, and social way of the population, and the homeopathy improves the quality of life at the individual level as well as in families and in the complete society.
Sí, sigo. Insisto en la función solidaria porque he tenido la experiencia, llevo más de 15 años yendo a Perú y cómo la medicina homeopática puede realizar curaciones a personas que no tienen posibilidad de comprar los medicamentos por su escasez de recursos económicos. Natalia.
Thank you. So from the point of view of the solidarity and of the social issues that we have, he has the experience to travel to Peru, where he has saw that different people there just don't have the opportunity to pay expensive treatments and also some remedies because the price. So in some point, the homeopathy is a low cost, is a strategy to give the opportunity to all the population to receive treatments that are not so expensive. So in some way that is also in the framework of the solidarity. I mean the social medicine aspect that he is presenting.
Y defendemos la definición de la... ¿Perdón?
Tienes que hacer ya la conclusión porque ya se acabó el
Vale,
tiempo.
pues como conclusión defendemos la definición de la OMS y quisiera decir unas palabras muy breves del doctor, un médico oftalmólogo, don José Hidalgo, en un soneto: la verdad es preciso respetarla, que es más fácil burlarse de una ciencia que tomarse el trabajo de estudiarla. Don José Hidalgo. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you. So
Thank you, sir.
the conclusion is that they respond the WHO idea of access to health, and they think that that the idea of an homeopathic social medicine is a way to collaborate with this idea of improve and facilitate the access to health to all the population, taking in account the different social, economical situations of population.
Y defendamos la homeopatía.
So also just one part is that he is part of the same team of Friends of Homeopathy and all the efforts that the population in Spain have been doing in order to defend the homeopathy. So in some way, all these efforts and works are to give information to the patients as well as the physicians to have health information in homeopathy. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Dr. Francisco. So, Dr. Gustavo, any questions from your side?
Very interesting work, trabajo muy interesante. This is a very important work for us. Es muy importante este trabajo para nosotros because it proves that homeopathy also is a benefit from the social point of view. Prueba de que la homeopatía es importante también desde el punto de vista social. And I believe, as you, that the validation of homeopathy, in the validation of homeopathy, it is not not only important the scientific probation, but the pressure that the social pressure can exert over the public opinion. O sea que no solo tenemos que validar a la homeopatía desde el punto de vista científico, sino también desde el punto de vista de los usuarios, the people who use homeopathy that's because in this colloquium we open our doors to the homeopath patients. Es por eso que nosotros hemos abierto en este coloquio las puertas a los pacientes, a los usuarios de homeopatía. Because we, as LMHI, one of my concern is to gather patients and to exert a force over the public opinion. Desde la Liga queremos hacer, así como ustedes, so you have in Extremadura has made this. En Extremadura, en España, ustedes han hecho esto. Okay, congratulations to all the Andalusia and Spain people. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gustavo, for the comments and Dr. Francisco for the presentation. So we are nearing the end of this poster presentation session. I would, before that, I would ask Dr. Gustavo to evaluate this poster, this particular presentation by Dr. Francisco. Dr. Francisco, can you please let us know what is the abstract ID of your poster?
¿El poste?
Francisco, ¿cuál es el ID que te dimos, el número que tenía tu póster?
¿Cuál fue tu original posición? ¿En qué hall ibas a estar?
Es que no estaba puesto en el programa. Y entonces lo hemos estado reclamando.
El número de recibo de él es 1224.
Vale, creo que era el 1, ¿en dónde me lo habéis enviado?
No te preocupes, yo tengo aquí los datos, yo ya encontré los datos de tu
Yeah, I have checked. I have checked.
Podemos,
I have checked that it is 217. The abstract ID is 217.
Ok, vale, de acuerdo. ¿Ya? ¿Solucionado?
Sí, tranquilo.
Vale,
thank you, doctor.
Gracias.
So at the end, I would request Dr. Gustavo to whatever he has attended in this session to present his concluding remarks about this session and the LMHI colloquium experience so far.
My conclusion is that when I opened the sessions yesterday, I said that maybe in the presentation there will be many heterogeneous posters, because there are many people who are very experienced people, very professor from very well professor, like Antonio Carlos that I am seeing now in the screen, and another one that are students. Mis conclusiones son que cuando abrí esta sesión de pósters ayer, hablé de que iban a ser muchos heterogéneos trabajos, dado que hay gente muy experimentada que han presentado, como el doctor Antonio Carlos, que lo veo acá. Doctor Moya, también tú eres ya un homeópata de muchos años, y también hay gente estudiante. And this kind of session could be benefit for us for learning, for the attendees for learning, and for the new person who begin his or her way in the presentation of posters are benefits too. Entonces, para nosotros es interesante porque aprendemos de los experimentados y también de los estudiantes. Y para los estudiantes aprenden en el comienzo de su camino a cómo se presenta un póster. Así que, so I give my thanks to all the attendants that participate in the successive sessions, and I will be happy to see you, all of you, tomorrow in the opening ceremony. So, entonces, muchas gracias a todos y los espero ver mañana en la apertura del coloquio. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gustavo. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to Ankit. You don't know that Ankit and Natalia are very, very strong workers. Tanto Natalia como Ankit son grandes trabajadores. You don't know how much these people have worked until now. I can't imagine tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and for 48 hours successive of homeopathy. A very true marathon of homeopathy. Gracias, Ankit, gracias, Natalia, y bueno, nos veo mañana. So I'm going to take a picture before we leave of this session. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Gustavo. Thank you, Natalia, for the translation, and thank you all the participants. So we'll meet tomorrow at the opening ceremony. Till then, have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Obrigada.
Bye-bye,
Y muchas
everyone.
gracias a todos.
Thank you.
Adiós, José Luis, te veo ahí. Bye-bye.
Gracias.